Hello and welcome back. So, if you remember where we left off, we've just put these bits on the end. We need to slightly fix this one at the bottom, but we will get to that one after. What we're going to do now is put a cap on the end here. So, I was thinking about a couple of different things that we could do for this. A part of only wanting to put sort of a metal cap on the end, but I actually decided against that because I thought it looked a little bit weird. So what we're actually going to do is go into edit mode, gonna select this face, and we're literally just gonna go F. And then actually we're not gonna do that. We're gonna press E, bring it in, E, bring it in, bring it in. And what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna slowly keep them like that, and then we're gonna merge in the middle. Okay, that way we get slightly more of a face like that. Next up, we're gonna highlight this, and we're gonna go into the vertex groups, and we're going to assign this, and then I'm going to go Control-I to invert it, and then add an extra group. I'm going to assign this. I'm going to name this stump and shaft. Brilliant. Now I'm going to jump back onto this one and change the vertex group for this to shaft, which will make that bit not do anything anymore. Also, want more of a crease here, but I don't want it to be completely solid, but slightly more of a crease like that. Perfect. And then if I turn this multi-resolution on quick so that we can see what it sort of looks like, the top should be relatively flat. It's going to have some distortion because this isn't flat anymore, but yeah, so we get that sort of thing. So it looks like a stick essentially. Turn that back off. Now I want another displace. First of all, I can now go into here, select the stump, U, unwrap. Now I can go for another displace texture, and it'll do that again, but that's fine. Now I go to displace texture 01, new, open, polygon files, and let's have a look. I got some like plank ends and stump ends and things somewhere. Let's have a look. What's this look like? That'll do. Where's the disk file? That one there. Perfect. Now I'm gonna hop back over to this side. That looks a little bit weird at the moment, but that's fine. Change that to stump. UV. Not quite that low, but. And then if I hit the multi-resolution, let's have a look what that end looks like. We're going to have to do some repositioning as well, so. Right. UV. This is exactly why. Find that stump end. Well, it's a little bit hard to see, but unwrap. God damn it. Select. Unwrap. Why is it doing that? Pack. No. Into my stretch. I'm just going to mess this up a second intentionally. when it's done. Cool. I'm also going to turn this multi-resolution off because that's what's making it go slowly, but project it from view then. Why is it doing this? Oh, apply rotation scale. Unwrap. Whatever. I'm going to scale it then. I want it to be roughly round. Perfect. I'm actually also going to open this one. Now I can use this to slightly line it up. I don't actually need this to be perfect, but like that, that's good. Now if I turn the multi-resolution on now, I might still get some weird edges, but that's what I'm going to fix now. Yeah, so I've got quite a good effect here. First of all, just to check, I'm going to remove the crease here. See what effect that has on the edge. Very little, so that's fine. Put the edge solid again. Cool. Now I will adjust this again, so go 0.2. Yeah, I apologize, it is quite slow, so if I go 6 on the mid-level. Nope, I do want that on 5. And if I change the direction to Z, see that fixed a lot of it. There's still a couple of errors here. Yeah, I'm going to try and fix those as well. I'm going to go just make small adjustments now because I want to try and just sort of finish it off. These things don't make too much of a difference, so like you likely won't see it. Like a lot of this is really tiny detail which would never be visible. Okay. So if I go onto this, I'm pretty sure I can probably tiny little adjustments just to get it how I want it to be. Yeah, so I've got a little error, but I'm relatively happy with that. That's the seam. You can see the seam quite clearly there. And I can probably and then if I turn on the snap to pixels and I go get in it, that with that. Just sort of. I don't need it to be perfect, but we're getting that. Cool, that'll do. It's not that isn't going to make the line perfect, but it'll get a lot closer. Yeah, see, you can barely even see that line now. There we go. Yeah, this is a wrappable texture, so that's how you do that if you've got a similar wrappable texture. I know you won't have the same one, but it's fine. And I also want to do the texture for this end piece, so if I go into tab, select the stump, new, and I'm going to call this wood, spear, I'll call it stump. Now all I have to do for this, principled again. We're going to use principled shader for most things. Image texture, open the stump, if you can actually zoom in close enough to be able to see it. And non-color data. You should be on non-color for anything that's not color, essentially. Even the normal map. Connect this up. And that should be everything now. So I jump back to object mode, and I'm going to check it in rendered mode with the multi-resolution on to see the sort of effect that we've got here. So, wish us luck. Yeah, I expect it's slightly frozen for you. Give it a second. Yeah, the issue with doing high resolution things, sometimes you end up with it kind of suffering a bit. Dum -dum -dum. Yeah, let me know if you want any specific kind of tutorials. Otherwise, I will likely just do whatever I feel like doing. I'm fine with doing that, but I expect there are things that people want to learn, so it would be better if I could organize myself to do that for them. Oh, building. Almost done. Come on, let there be light. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, the stump is not on there, which is fixable by, if I now go like that and go select, you'll notice it doesn't select it. Assign. Sadly, we're going to have to go through clicking on that rendered button again. We just want to make sure it looks right, is all. So you can kind of see it there, that it looks pretty good. So you probably don't like the sort of outer rim bit, but I quite like that bit, because that's going to be like bark that's gone over the edge, if you get what I mean. Yeah, a couple of other things I was thinking of doing. Sort of animals or actually sort of finishing off a scene. Because I've noticed a lot of the stuff that I have made, this is going in a scene, by the way. Yeah, to be revealed, that one. There we go. See, that looks pretty good. That you've got like the sort of long branch thing coming down. You've got the sort of spearhead bit at the end, a little rope tying it up. Very sort of handmade and rugged. So then this looks quite good actually. I'm quite happy with that. You'll notice now that those outer edge pieces don't look that weird. Right? So, yeah, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. And then scrolling down, the whole thing looks pretty good. Obviously there'll be a multi-res on this as well. Actually, let's enable that. Because the rope, I love the look of the rope. Ignore the end pieces or turn those into a rock. There we go. Look how lovely that rope looks like. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I got distracted. Right. And I don't think I'm able to set the a different texture onto this. No, I'm not. But what we'll do now, how long has it been recording? 17 minutes, that's not too bad. We're now going to apply the array. Then we're going to apply the curve. Then I'm going to center my screen. Okay, now I am going to select these. I'm going to pull it up and put it in position like that. And then noticing it's actually not in position yet. This is why you always look at everything from multiple angles. If I can give you any advice, do that. Always look at it from different angles. It's kind of required, especially if you're a sculptor. Maybe I'll just try and only select the bits I want. Just try to make sure that I haven't selected anything else. I haven't. Good. Just because if you can see here, it's a little bit needs adjusting that way, and I'll do a little bit more than that. And that should have it all the way. Oh, not quite. There we go. It's now all the way around. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go add a texture. I'm going to call this one. I'm apparently going to call this one material because I didn't name it, so I shall name it now. Oh, I think I've made an error. I have. Oh, actually, I don't. I think I might be okay. We'll check. No, I think I'm okay. I'm gonna select this one and this one. Select that. And I'm gonna try and deselect this going round. Should allow me to move that one down. Now I'll try and do the same with this one. It should now allow me to move both down safely. Good. And that isn't on that, so that's fine. Assign. Shape key, vertex group. Assign. Now I'm going to do Control I. Number one. Assign, we'll call this rope. And we'll call this one rock. So now if I go over to the displacements, I want this one, vertex group, only on the rope. And I want to do another displace, and this one on the rock. I'm going to have to check what that texture is quick. Yeah, dark brown, that's not what I want at all. Rock dark color, rock dark displace. And I want both set to UV. And I remember I want this one at about 0.01. It's very low. And if I turn the multi-res on, oh, ugh. There we go. So look what that looks like rendered. Should just look like two rocks sitting on the end, essentially. Which is a little bit cheating, but it sort of makes sense. I can imagine doing that. And our rope looks pretty good. There you go. So we just got two rocks. We just got rocks sitting on the end of the ropes. Sweet. Back to solid. So that is actually our spear finished. Nothing else is needed on it now, I don't think. So I'm going to turn off the multi-res, because now I won't need that until I put it in the rest of the scene. Lowering the faces down to 3,808. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I suppose this is the end of the series for that one. Next up, I'll probably show you a little bit of my scene. Probably not all of it, but some of it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.